Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, the Tennessee Department of Health is reminding vacation and business travelers about the importance of protecting themselves from mosquitoes. State senators have again rejected the proposal to extend health insurance coverage to an estimated 280,000 low-income Tennessee citizens. The Alzheimer's Association recently released its 2015 Alzheimer's Disease Facts and Figures report. We'll speak with the Executive Director of Tullahoma Area Economic Development Corporation, and we'll introduce you to the new Associate Minister of the First Christian Church. We'll have those stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com, featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Department of Health is reminding vacation and business travelers about the importance of protecting themselves from mosquitoes that may transmit the chikungunya virus and other mosquito-borne illnesses. The first confirmed case of chikungunya virus disease in Tennessee occurred in 2014. Since then, 42 additional cases have been documented, all involving travel outside the state. The Tennessee Commissioner of Health says travel plans to warmer destinations should include necessary precautions to avoid mosquito bites because there is no vaccine to prevent the disease. The only way to prevent its spread is the effective use of repellents and personal protection strategies. Prior to 2013, chikungunya virus disease was found primarily in Africa, Asia, Europe, and in the Indian and Pacific Ocean areas. The illness draws its name from an African word meaning to become contorted, as most patients suffer from severe joint pain. Chikungunya is rarely fatal, but can cause fever, joint and muscle pain, headaches, fatigue, and rash. In the past year, health organizations have reported the disease spreading in additional areas, including the Caribbean and the Americas. Since it first surfaced here, the disease has sickened more than 1 million people in 44 countries and territories in the Western Hemisphere.
Despite pleas from Governor Bill Haslam to put people above politics, state senators have again shunned his proposal to extend health insurance coverage to an estimated 280,000 low-income Tennessee citizens. Tuesday's 6-2 vote by the Commerce Committee kills any effort to install Haslam's Insure Tennessee plan. Shelbyville Republican State Senator Jim Tracy joined 5 other Republicans in voting down the plan. The committee's lone Democrat was joined by a single Republican voting for Insure Tennessee. In February, Tullahoma Republican Senator Janice Bowling joined in a no vote during a special session. Business and hospital groups had pushed the initiative. Most GOP lawmakers refused to consider the expansion because it included elements of the maligned Affordable Care Act.
The Alzheimer's Association recently released its 2015 Alzheimer's Disease Facts and Figures report, which found that only 45% of people with Alzheimer's disease or their caregivers were informed of the diagnosis by their doctor. In contrast, more than 90% of people with the 4 most common cancers, that's breast, colorectal, lung, and prostate cancer, say they were told about the diagnosis. The report also found that people with Alzheimer's or their caregivers were more likely to have been advised of the diagnosis by their doctor after the disease had become more advanced. According to the association, this is a problem because learning the diagnosis later in the course of the progressive brain disease may mean the person's capacity to participate in decision-making about care plans or legal and financial issues may be diminished, and their ability to participate in research or fulfill lifelong plans may be limited. One of the reasons most commonly cited by healthcare providers for not disclosing an Alzheimer's diagnosis is fear of causing the patient emotional distress. However, according to the new report, studies that have explored this issue have found that few patients become depressed or have other long-term emotional problems because of the Alzheimer's diagnosis.
The benefits of promptly and clearly explaining a diagnosis of Alzheimer's have been established in several studies. Benefits include better access to quality medical care and support services, and the opportunity for people with Alzheimer's to participate in decisions about their care, including providing informed consent for current and future treatment plans. Knowing the diagnosis early enables a person with Alzheimer's to get the maximum benefit from available treatments and may also increase chances of participating in clinical drug trials that help advance research. An estimated 5.3 million Americans have Alzheimer's disease, including 110,000 in Tennessee. Barring the development of medical breakthroughs, the number of Americans with Alzheimer's disease will rise to 13.8 million by 2050.
Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The wait is finally over. The 2015 50th anniversary Ford Mustang is finally here. This is one awesome vehicle. Let me give you a few stats on this V8 Mustang. 435 horsepower, independent rear suspension, 25 miles per gallon, and this is the one you've been waiting for. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Don't blink an eye or you'll miss it. Come by Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester and check it out. The 2015 Mustang, the all-new redesign, will leave you speechless.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Tom Corrington spoke earlier this week with Tom Robinson, Executive Director of Tullahoma Area Economic Development Corporation, about their tax incremental financing program.
We have with us Tom Robinson, who is the Executive Director of the Tullahoma Area Economic Development Corporation. If you can get your arms around that one, or your tongue. So, Tom, thanks for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you, Tom. It's always a pleasure. There's a lot of good things going on right now, and maybe we can touch on them in just a minute.
Well, good. You got any really hot topic, the thing that's at the top of your agenda?
Well, I think my hot topic is that there's just a lot of activity going on in a number of sectors around town, and in terms of, we deal with medical, technology-based, retail, and aviation aerospace, and there's something going on in just about all of those.
Last time you were here, Tom, we specifically built that show around your TIF project, tax incremental financing.
Yes.
And so that was to explain briefly to the folks what that was about and where it stands.
Yes, and that has moved along. We were seeking both city and county approval of this particular project, and it's written up in a certain way. And back during the fall, we received both approvals, both unanimous votes of these city and BMA and the county commission. And so the next phase will be to get the comptroller of the state to sign off on it. Before we did that, number one, we had to work with the developer to secure a financing partner, and that has been done. We're some little bit of other paperwork that our attorney is completing. We hope to have that in the next week or so all put to bed, and then we'll go to comptroller. They have 30 days to approve it. But the main key hurdle was the approval by the governing bodies there's certain tax base years, and to set a tax base year that was most helpful to the project, we needed to get by December 31st of last year the county governing body approvals, which we did. So we got those. We're finishing up the last paperwork. It'll go to the comptroller, and the attorney is also in the early stages of drafting the definitive development agreement, which sets out exactly who's doing what and when and where. And so you get into these legal technicalities. Sometimes it, you just want to have it right. And so
the physical work involved in this hasn't started yet. Is that correct?
Well, there have been, and this is authorized by the law. They've actually done some of the improvements that they were looking at. The TIF part of the financing,
they being the developers.
The developers, is about a $15 million overall project. And the TIF financing part is just for some of the public infrastructure things that the public would use: drainage, streets, lighting, parking lot enhancements, those kind of things. So the TIF financing does not go to help build the building or the build outs, as they call them, inside the building. It's for the public parts of the property. Right. So that's only 1.3 million, which is will wind up being about 11.5% of the total project. Okay. So well within our guidelines that we try to stay with.
Okay, and so that's still you feel today up to projecting when we might be able to get that to the controller and back?
Well, I am hoping by the middle of April to get, and maybe a little earlier, but certainly by the middle of April to get everything buttoned up to the comptroller, and then for him and also the Department of Economic Community Development have to okay it, but they're okaying it during that same 30-day period. Yeah.
So you're hoping by maybe the end of May?
We should have the financing agreement in place and have the money flowing and ground being broken and those kind of things. Yeah. Okay. But it could take, to get it all done, a year to 18 months, and that's built into the project for all the improvements and things to be done.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Shelton Lane Antiques in Manchester has over 5,000 square feet of antiques for treasure hunters to explore. They sell vintage clocks, gas pumps, signs, furniture, and glassware. They have over 3,000 vinyl records and a fully stocked 1950s-style general store. Owners Harold and Ruby Shelton have been collecting unique items for years, and you can start or complete your own collection today at Shelton Lane Antiques. Open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 100 Shelton Lane, just off 16th Model Road in Manchester, Tennessee. Come look around and plan to stay a while at Shelton Lane Antiques, where we sell antiques, but the history is free.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. Charizna Jean Marie is the new associate minister at the First Christian Church in Tullahoma. John Gray spoke with Charizna recently about some of the new programs she has planned for the church.
I'm glad to have she's not new, but she's a sort of new member of our community. This is Charizna Jean Marie, and she is the associate minister at First Christian Church in Tullahoma. And we just sort of want to introduce her to the community and let all of you know a few of the things that are happening at that church. And Charizna, how long have you been in town now?
I got here in January, so about almost 3 months now.
3 months?
Mm-hmm. I was in Atlanta doing chaplaincy work, and then I just got called to First Christian Church, so
good.
Happy to be here.
Are there some new things maybe that you've sort of been working on at First Christian Church that you've brought in as a ministry that you've used in other places?
Right.
What's happening?
Well, not so much new, but relaunching of a lot of various different things that we're doing. The first thing is we're bringing back Wednesday Night Live. It's classes that we have that are not just biblical, but life skills classes. Mm-hmm. For instance, we have a class on genealogy that we're really excited about. We have a class called The Table, and that class is geared towards talking about critical issues around social justice and what's happening in the world today. And so we're really excited about that. We have a Hunger Games class for youth. I know that's a very popular movie. I know we're really excited about that. So Wednesday Night Live starts April 12th, and we'll be having dinner at 5:30, and classes start at 6, and various different classes for all ages. We're really excited about that, and so we invite the community to participate. One of the things that we wanted to do this year was create a safe, sacred space where people can come and ask questions that you may have lingering, but you may feel uncomfortable to really talk about. We want to create a safe space where people can talk about these difficult issues so that we can begin to really critically think about a lot of these life issues. Issues around race and gender, issues around the LGBT community, and how we treat the beloved community, how we treat people who are different from us, who live different, who act different, who think differently from us. Well, how do we become a community where we can welcome all people, even in difference? How can we love in spite of difference? So a lot of our classes is really geared towards allowing people to come and have these discussions, ask these questions in a safe space so that we can really critically think about some of this. We're starting our bus program where every Sunday we'll be able to go now and pick up people who perhaps don't have a car, who don't have a ride, children, youth, who want to come to church, want to come to Sunday school. We have a great Sunday school program, and perhaps there are people in the community who just don't have a ride. And so now we're able to do that. We have a great bus. We're excited about that, and we're going to start that on August 12th. As well, August 12th, we're starting a new Sunday school class that we're really excited about. I think we're calling it the Breakfast Club, and that Sunday school class is geared towards the 30s and 40s age group, where they're able to come and again critically think about their faith, critically think about what it means to be a Christian, what it means to be a follower of Christ, what it means to be in community with others. So we're really excited about that. Alan Craig is a member of our church, and he'll be leading that class. Also, we have the Oasis Cafe that's also starting August 12th. August 12th is a big Sunday for us. It's a big day for us. The Oasis Cafe is a program we're starting as a breakfast program where we're feeding all of the children, all ages. So we're excited about that. Right before Sunday school, we're going to have breakfast, nice hearty breakfast for all of our children in our church, children in our community, and all is welcome. Well, First Christian Church is a great church, and we love people and we love God, and we want to be able to share our love for God and people with the community. So these are the various different ways we want to do that.
Probably one of the greatest things I've ever heard said about our church, and this person didn't realize it when they said, First Christian Church, that's that little church over there, they'll let anybody go there.
And that's the church I want to be with.
And that's the truth.
That's right.
Charizna Jean Marie, the new associate minister at First Christian Church.
We'll be right back in a moment.
serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Time to get fit, Tullahoma, and register today to run or walk the I Am for the Child Family 5K Run and Walk. You'll be proud to know you're supporting the Court-Appointed Special Advocates, or CASA, by running or walking Saturday, April 11th at Fraser McEwen Park, 8 a.m. Register at active.com for $25 or the day of the race starting at 7 a.m. Special thanks to these sponsors: Chick-fil-A, Light Tube, and City of Tullahoma. Click on active.com and register for the CASA 5K Family Fun Run and Walk.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need: mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Cookeville Republican State Representative Ryan Williams spoke yesterday with TMReport.com about his limited, restricted medical marijuana legislation that has received a favorable vote out of the House Health Subcommittee, which he chairs.
It was a lot of work for the last few weeks. Most of the members were polled. I talked to the members before we got in there. So what we're discussing today is kind of the broad strokes of what the bill would do as amended. With the idea that we're going to communicate about it more in full committee now that the health subcommittee is closed. Of course, I like where we are right now as far as the communication is concerned, and that's what I hope to have with this bill, is to have some dialogue about this topic in our state. And you obviously know full well that it polls well, but is it something that we should do? And that's a discussion I think we should have. The people who wish to do this kind of business in the state, they're already doing this in 3 other states. As I referenced in the committee, they're doing this with fruits and vegetables and fish and oysters and all kinds of things across the nation. So this is not new technology, but it would be newer to this industry. And so those who wish to do business as a part of doing business in the state of Tennessee for providing this service, those people would have to, as a part of their RFP, would have to provide seed to sale technology, of which we know it exists. It would allow for Tennessee, the TBI, as well as Department of Treasury, to be able to have a window into the world of these places so that we have direct, immediate, real-time access as it relates to everything that has to do with their business. There are 33 Senate districts. It's based upon population spread across the state. A lot of it will be based upon proximity to growers, security issues, things like that as well as their overall delivery plan. So the idea was a starting place as far as the communication, but there's no real set in stone as it relates to the number. There is a portion in this bill that was required in order to get the registration card to give up a driver's license in order to do it. As you heard in the committee, my father-in-law, who passed away from prostate cancer, had opioids. We had a discussion as a family. Should he have car keys? Should he not have car keys? These were discussions we'd have to have. Most of the people with these diagnoses aren't driving anyways. And so this would help have those discussions early in a family as it relates to their driving habits and whether or not they should be involved with it. It gives law enforcement a comfort level knowing, because there's no test other than a DUI to see if someone's under the influence or not, because they can't there's not a test for it. It's not like a breathalyzer or something like that. So that would be the reason why they do it. That is a tenet of the bill. It's something that I was very important to me as it relates to that, because I want Tennesseans to be safe.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a pit bull mix named Hambone. He entered the shelter as a stray and is approximately 1 year old. Hambone is great with other dogs and children, is up to date on his vaccinations, heartworm negative, and will receive a free neuter provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Be sure to check out the Tullahoma Shelter on Facebook for upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet of the week is Pip. Pip is a terrier mix looking for an Easter home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made at the Coffee County Humane Society, P.O. Box 252, Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
We'll be right back with your weather forecast after these messages.
Are you tired of getting those letters in the mail being turned down for that new car due to bankruptcy, medical expenses, or divorce? Then look no further than Russell Barnett Kia. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Here at Russell Barnett Kia, we are your bank. Dial 931-455-6066 or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. And remember, we are the bank and we can help you. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Why buy anywhere else?
We are Goody Two Scoops.
I love Goody Two Scoops.
A family-friendly, yummy dessert specialty shop in Tullahoma, Tennessee. We excel in self-serve frozen treats and our own incredibly tasty chef-baked creations. For frozen treat lovers, we offer frozen yogurt, ice cream custard, as well as gelato and Italian ice. 85 flavors that rotate each day. 55 toppings including fresh sliced fruit. For our baked good lovers, Goody Two Scoops offers a variety of fresh pastries at a hometown price. Our 2 certified culinary chefs design and create incredible cakes. We showcase our cakes, froyo cakes, cupcakes, cookies, pies, and chocolate-covered strawberries, offered fresh daily.
Love flavor.
Goody Two Scoops.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Mate. And we would like to welcome you to
Roosterwear.
Yes, Roosterwear is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Roosterwear specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Roosterwear.
Come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com
to find our handcrafted designs for
the cock of the walk.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1946 at 83 degrees. The record low was in 1992 at 27 degrees. Average high on this day is 69 and the average low is 44. Tonight, look for rain in your forecast with a low of around 60. Thunderstorms in your forecast for Friday with a high of 74 and a low of 44, and partly sunny weather returning on Saturday with a high of 60 and a low of 35. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us here on Newsleader 6, which is you and your family, an absolutely wonderful weekend. Thank you.